Hi everyone, it's Miss Rose. Let's go over our week 26 quiz, our last quiz of the quarter. So the first problem, we had to decide if we were going to use sine, cosine, or tangent. So I'm going to start with my some old hippie caught another hippie tripping over apples. So I'm going to look at this 33-degree angle. The opposite is blank, so I'm not even going to label it. So the other leg is the adjacent leg, and the 45 is the hypotenuse. So A and H, another hippie, caught another hippie. So we want to go cosine 33 equals A over H. And then to solve for X, we can just multiply both sides by 45 and type that into our calculator. Make sure that you're not using the answer blank as your calculator. Make sure that you're clicking the Desmos Scientific Calculator at the top of the page. And then we want to type in, I don't know where I got the 17 from, 45 cosine 33. 45 cosine 33. So it is about 37.740 if I round to 3 decimal places. 37.740. All right, let's take a look at problem 2. So 38 degrees, this is my opposite. The hypotenuse doesn't have anything on it, so this is the adjacent. So over apples, tripping over apples. This time I'm going to use tan. Tan 38 O over A, 41 over Y. This is one of those problems that's a little bit trickier to solve because you want to cancel out what's in the denominator. So I'm going to go times Y on both sides. And then I can't type this in the calculator yet because I'm not going to type Y times the tangent of 38. I need to solve for Y. So the one last step is to divide both sides by tan 38. And that's what I want to type in the calculator. So this time it's not 41 times tan 38, it's 41 divided by tan 38, which is 52.477, but then there's a 6 after it, so I'm going to go 52.478. All right, let's take a look at this last one here with the Z. We've got 24 is the opposite leg, 33 is the hypotenuse. Old hippie, some old hippie. So we're going to use sine. Sine of Z. So this one's a little bit different. O over H, 24 over 33. But these are my favorite because I don't have to do any algebra. I want to do a switcheroo and switch the input and the output. So that's when you use the inverse. So let's go to that calculator again and go inverse sine. So I have to go function, inverse sine, and then it was 24 over 33. 24 over 33, so 46.658 degrees. Let's see. All right, the next one probably has the most to it because you had to do Pythagorean theorem first to find the missing side. And this isn't one of those problems with numbers that have come up a lot, so I don't actually know this one off the top of my head. So 85 squared, I'm going to do that in the calculator. 85 squared is 7225. And then I'm going to go minus 169, and then whatever I get, I'm going to square root that. So 7225 minus 169 is 7056, and then I'm going to square root 7056, and it's 84. So I'm going to erase my X. I'm going to put 84. All right, that's a lot of work to just start the problem, but the good news is that's the hardest part of the problem. After that, it says all of these are about angle C. So I'm going to look at angle C. 84 is the opposite, 85 is the hypotenuse, so that means 13 is the adjacent. So sine some old hippie, O over H, 84 over 85. Caught another hippie, A over H, 13 over 85. Tripping over apples, O over A, 84 over 13. And then in order to find the angle measures, I can go back to my calculator and pick one of these and do the inverse. So I'm going to pick that the sine is 84 over 85. So I'm going to go back to my calculator and I have to go sine inverse 84 over 85. So 81.203 degrees. And then what I do to find the other angle, so if this is 81.203 degrees, this one's 90, and then I add them up and I see what's left over for angle B. So 81.203 plus 90 is 171.203. So I'm going to do 81 minus that, 8.797 degrees left over. Because all the angles in a triangle have to add up to 180 degrees. All right, we have one last problem. Sine some old hippie. So I'm going to call this my angle A. So I need to label the opposite and the hypotenuse as 5/13. And then we don't know this missing side, but we can find it by doing the Pythagorean theorem. This is one of those triples. So at this point, you might be like, I know I've calculated this before, and I know it's going to come out to be 12. So if you know these triples and you recognize some of them, then it can save you a lot of work and you don't have to do all these calculations. But for the rest of us, we're going to do 169 minus 25, and then we're going to square root it and get the x is 12. So that's our adjacent leg. That's the hard part. After that, we just have to go cosine A. Well, cosine is caught another hippie. So we just have to go A over H. So 12 over 13. And that's the final answer because cosine is just asking for a fraction. Let me know if you have any questions and do your best on the retake. Bye.